Happy Thursday, my friends. You know, I've been selling Final Expense for 20 years this year. And over all these years, I've seen countless agents get their insurance license, and within a year, 3 years, 4 years, they fail, they quit, and they move on to something else. And I've always asked myself, why does this happen when this industry has been so great to me and my family? And in most of the cases, there are some variables. For example, leads. The agent might not have a good lead source. They might not have a carrier that approves most of their policies, or they just don't have the support. And I get that. But when you're selling a simplified issue, that's what it is. Simple approach to selling Final Expense whole life with no medical exams, 6 to 12 health questions. That truly is a simplified issue. Then why do the agents fail? And I'm talking people with tons of talent, tons of energy, and that can really do something special. But the question is why? And over the years, this is something that I've contemplated on and contemplated and just really thought to myself why. But at the end of the day, it is you against you. That's your true competition. The reflection in the mirror. That's your competition. And in this business, if it was easy, everybody would do it. But it's not impossible. You know, this past week, I've had the privilege to spend time with my friends at Senior Life in their call center environment. And it's amazing to see just how many people are having success. It just is. What they're doing upstairs at the headquarters is just really amazing for me, because everyone in those chairs are having success. And I wish I could say that about everyone on my team, but that's not the facts. But what I do know is that everyone in that call center, everyone in that chair is following a system. And yes, one agent might have more success than another agent, and so on and so forth. But everyone is committed to following a system that's proven, a system that works. And it's a beautiful scene to see. Trust me, it's awesome. But that's just because everyone in that center is committed to that system. They're accountable to that system. And as the saying goes, don't worry about a lead. Don't worry about the premium. Put the pressure on the system. And what's the system? One, showing up every day, committing to working. It's amazing to me how many agents are lazy, and then they wonder why they're not having success. It's amazing to me to see how many agents get paralysis by overanalyzing things and comparing themselves with people on the internet. It's a sabotage to your success. I've always said that you can have a bad day in this business, you can have a bad week, but if you follow the system, you will never have a bad month. And after 20 years, I'm a testament of that, because that's how I fed my family over all these years, and at the same time have built a nice residual income for me and my family. And if you're watching this and you're new and you're struggling, sometimes the answer's right in front of you. So I'm going to challenge you on this. Are you following the system that your upline has rolled out to you? And if the answer is yes, good for you. If the answer is no, then you need to auto correct that and commit to following the system, because you will lose. And you'll be just a number like all those agents I've witnessed over the years fail. Second, are you committed to working? Because if it was easy, everybody would do it. But most of the times, people aren't able to follow the system because they're lazy. They show up one day and then they don't show up for the next day. They got honeydews, and soon they're gone because they're not having the success that they wanted, that they expected. Going to work, you got to take this serious. One of the biggest freedoms of what we do is the ability to work from home, selling insurance. You don't have a boss. You are your own boss. But if you are a lousy worker where you're not showing up every day, you're going to have lousy results. And believe me, I've struggled with that in the past. I've struggled with paralysis by overanalyzing things. I've gotten into my feelings, but over the years, I've been smart enough to look in the mirror and autocorrect. I've been smart enough to reach out to my mentors and ask for help. And there's nothing wrong with that. No matter where you're at in the game, at what level you're playing ball, there's nothing wrong with reaching out to your coach and asking for help. But you can have all the mentorship, you can have all the help, you can have all the tools. But if you're not committed to following the system that's been laid out to you, you will lose. If all the negative thoughts overtake you, you will lose. And more importantly, if you don't show up and put in the work, the hard work that it requires, you will lose. So what do you got to look forward to? A lot of you guys got into the insurance game because you didn't want to work the traditional 9 to 5 and wait around to get a raise, years for a 25-cent raise, a dollar raise. You didn't want that. You wanted to grow. Well, in order to grow, you got to do what's uncomfortable, and it requires a sacrifice. So, if you're watching this, I encourage you to take a look in the mirror. Ask yourself, am I working? Am I really working? Or am I farting around on the computer all day long and not being active? Ask yourself, am I really applying the system? Am I really doing it? And if you're not, change that. Change that bad habit. Adjust. And I promise you, you will turn things around. And more importantly, if you're struggling, reach out to your mentor, your coach, your agency owner. Ask them for help. That's one of the things that we do here at Senior Life. We lead from the front for years. That's the only way we do things. So, if you're watching this video and you're struggling, and maybe you might not have someone to reach out to for some help, call me. I'll invite you. You can join me on the phones, and I'll show you the system that we're currently working, a system that we've been using for years, a system that works. But you got to be ready to put it down. You got to be ready to go to work. So I wish you guys the best. Give me a call, send me a message, and see you guys at the top. Peace.